Okay, so on the front of these GS adventure bikes is a very, very, very expensive headlight. So on my 1250 GSA, this headlight costs somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500. And one of the best things that you can do is put a cover across of it. What we chose to do was to buy the ALTRider clear headlight guard for our bike, which is part number R11321105. In that kit comes the Lexan piece that is a 1/4 inch thick, much thicker than I thought it would be. You have standoffs which attach to this with these stainless steel screws that use Torx T20. Comes with some serrated washers, and they screw into the back of these. So these are going to face the headlight, and they are going to push into these rubber grommets, which fit into the standoffs here and here. These black pieces are the braces that go on either side, so that when you put these pieces in, it has something to push against and isn't digging into the Lexan. So you have a right side and a left side. The top pieces are going to fit into here. This is a T25, and you'll just reuse this hardware. And then underneath the light, there is an opening where a bushing will go, which is included in the kit. And so these bushes drop down in, and I'll show you how this bracket's supposed to fit. There's one of these brackets for each side, and it slides in. You have to manipulate the guard, the fairing just a little bit, and then it tucks right into this space, and then the headlight guard pushes into those two spots. Get these pieces attached to the headlight cover so that we can get everything ready to start putting these things together. All right, so you can see how this is going to fit nicely on this side. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our T20 bit. We're going to get 2 of these. You can see how this has got a flat spot on it. Well, if 11mm wrench fits perfectly, so this is how we're going to hold that in place as we kind of tighten things down. I'm also going to use a little bit of blue Loctite just to make sure everything stays the way it needs to. I prefer to use the stick instead of the liquid, just because it stays on the threads. So we'll go ahead and put the serrated washer. So we already have this bracket where we know it fits. Push that through, and then we're just going to thread on the standoff, just like that. And then we'll take our 11mm wrench, hold it in place, and then take our T25 socket, or T20, and just tighten it. We're going to go ahead and repeat it for this one. All right, I forgot to mention, now that both sides are done, don't forget to peel back the protective layer on both sides before you do this. So I had to take this back off, peel this back, just to make sure that when you peel this off once you get it installed, that it's not stuck underneath these brackets at all. Take the side brackets and put these rubber grommets in them, and that's what those posts are going to push through to give it that fit. So this has got a groove on the inside. These are pretty soft, and all you got to do is just kind of work it in so that that groove kind of fits, and you just kind of push it with your thumb and it fits. It's really just that easy. All right, we got the bracket done. Just pushed in the other side. It doesn't matter which side you use, they're the same thickness. And we got the other side done as well. And so let's go take a look at how these go together onto the bike. Remember what I said, that there's a bushing, that these bushings go into a place beside the headlight, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. See it, but if you pull this out, right there's a hole right beside the light where my finger is, and that's where those grommets drop in. So you do have to pull this fairing out, but it drops in just like that, and then the bracket goes right on top of it. So we'll go ahead and take these upper bolts out. Remember, that's a T25, and that's going to give us the opportunity to slide the bracket into place. You will have to manipulate this to get to where that bushing is, and then you get access by the hex nut from below. All right, so you can see on the bottom of this bracket is a threaded insert, and that's what the hex bolt is gonna bolt into. So like I said, you may have to push the fender out just a little bit to get that in place, but then it just slides right where it needs to go. And we're gonna go ahead and put the this T25 bolt right back just to hold things in place while we make sure that everything lines up. Okay, so this side is in, we have this tightened down. I did have to loosen this back up again and get this bracket kind of positioned so that I could get to where I needed to go. So we'll go ahead and do the same on this side. I already took out the top T25 bolt, and we're gonna go ahead and get the bracket in place. So before you tighten it down, leave it just a little bit loose so you can get the top piece in, and then go back and tighten it down. So both ends of the bracket are where they need to be. So we'll test fit the headlight as cover real quick. All of the pieces line up like they're supposed to, and they do. So since we've already test fit the piece, we're gonna go ahead and pull the film off the back. And the reason why these things are on studs is so that you can clean it if you need to. So this can pop right off. And we're just gonna push it in on this side, and with the Dawn, it just makes it super easy. And then we'll pull this plastic off, and there you go. Now we have a lens cover, and the nice thing about this is that if you're off pavement, off highway, off road, and a rock pops up from someone in front of you, this is going to protect that $1,200 to $1,500 headlight. Or if you're just riding down the highway and a rock falls off of a dump truck or out of the back of a pickup truck, your headlight's going to be protected. So super easy, super simple. The hardest part was getting those bolts in underneath here to fix the bracket, but it really just takes a little bit of wiggling, but it's not difficult at all. But see how nice and smooth and factory that looks? Super happy.